Hey y'all, welcome to my channel and welcome back if you're returning. It's Fiery Moon and I'm here to do the General Collective Weekend Vibe reading. This, you guys know, like, this isn't for any specific zodiac sign. Ooh, I just looked at something. Oh my god, I forgot I had these. Like I always say, just take what resonates and leave the rest. I had a little bit of candle wax on my table. Know that time as well as the energy is fluid, and the energy can be vice versa or interchangeable. I just seen these and I had got these one day I had just decided to go to Wendy's. I was hungry and I just got me a kids meal because I just needed something quick, but these cards came in the kids meal and I was like, I can use these cards, you know. You could really, use anything to get messages. But I just seen those and it felt right. Because the energy like I'm feeling right now, I just feel like, how can I explain this? Like big kid energy. Like I'm just, like I can honestly say, and I believe I said this a few readings back, like the energy of just laughing and playing. Like I've been laughing so much these last 2 days. It has been like, you know how they say laughter is food for the soul. So, you know, some of you could be feeling that energy as well. But yeah, we're gonna use these. That was kind of a confirmation for me, just what I was feeling before I even started recording the video. Today is October 9th as I'm recording this. We have Sun in Taurus, Moon, or excuse me, Sun in Libra, Moon in Taurus. As I'm recording this. And as I was looking over the current alignments, I noticed there's a lot of, fixed energy. We have Taurus, which is fixed earth. We have Scorpio, which is fixed water. And we also have the Aquarius energy as well, which is fixed air. But there, what I can say and what I will say is that there's a nice blend of the elements right now. So we have all the elements, at play in some way, shape, or form. Earth, air, fire, and water. I'm starting out with the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. I was drawn to this deck for, whatever reason. I also have out my Game of Thrones tarot. And then we're going to use the What's It cards as well. So let's jump right on in and see what messages of guidance, healing, truth, love, wisdom, acceptance, understanding, as well as protection do we need as it pertains to the collective and the energies surrounding this weekend. That full moon Aries energy is, still around. But yeah, let's see what comes out. It's been a while since I've used this Archetypes deck. Can I get one more? Alright, so look, I'm telling y'all. Bottom of the deck we have the comic. And in this deck, it speaks to almost like the energy of, like sort of like they're saying the Joker, that Joker energy. Where, and even comedians as well, where it's almost like that energy of, first I'll say this, the archetypes are considered like the mask that we wear, or the archetypes that we can embody. But with this comic energy out, to me it doesn't feel like the traditional meaning, which is, like I said, that Joker energy, being someone who uses comedy or comedic relief to mask or hide pain. um but I'm not feeling it that way. For some of you it may resonate that way. um but even just like the colors, and it's like I almost feel like celebration. For some of you, I am feeling like they're saying what is it, like I was going to say clown energy, but it's the sacred clown energy. um where sometimes how comedy, like we said, laughter is food for the soul. Sometimes comedy or comedic relief is, it can be very healing. And as I say that, look what we have up under here, the prayer. Someone could be like healing through laughter. Like you could be helping someone, or they could be helping you through just like just being in playful energy. Up under that, the prayer, we have the sustainer, which I like this card um a lot, because sustaining, what I'm actually seeing is the Empress energy. So for some of you, being that the moon is in Taurus right now, Taurus and Libra both um are the Empress energy with that sun and moon alignment we have right now. Some of you could be being looked at as like I am getting the energy of a healer, and but it's almost like someone is like enjoying your energy, or you could just be enjoying your energy. um because you're able to hold. And again, I said the sustainer is an energy of like maintaining. um yeah, because I'm even getting Venus as well, which Venus rules Taurus and Libra. So this could be, like I said, this could be a feminine energy, where like for some of you, your healing gift is the gift of laughter, of play. It almost feels like you're able to make things light. And even like, look, I feel like for some of you with the thread, yeah, for some of you it could be like a gift that you're having, that you're connected to, because I'm being drawn to the rainbow in this thread card. And it feels like you're able to pull light out of darkness. You're able to pull, you see how like the rainbow is up here, but it's that thread is there. I feel like you're connected, in a very spiritual way. And what I'm hearing right now is, how do you do that? Someone could be, questioning, like how you're able to, especially if you're someone that's able to make light of situations, or not or find, it's like you find the humor in things. And normally people that, are able to do that, for one, they have, or at least it's considered that they have a high intelligence, but it's also looked at as like, it's very like almost magician like energy. It's very creative. There was something else I wanted to say, but it escaped me, in regards to this energy. Give me a second. I don't know. It'll come back to me if it's supposed to. But like I said, I was hearing how like how do you do that? So I don't know if someone is looking at you like how are you able to do that? And even I just noticed even in this card, you see how she's like, or they are molding something within their hands. Like how are you able to put things together? Um, oh, I know what it was. Thank you, Spirit. Because what I was gonna say is, people that, tend to be humorous, also, or have the ability to, provide or be, comic relief. They are, for one, looked at as, highly intelligent, but also they, a lot of people tend to look at, or, perceive people like this as someone that has a really good grip on life in general, and, the understanding, the purpose of life. So for some of you, if you're a feminine energy, that's how, you could be being seen right now. So let's see what comes out. I don't know, I feel so excited. And some of you may be feeling that way too. Like I don't know. But I know like that's what I'm feeling right now. Just like excited. Almost giddy, like, but in the it just feels fun and playful, like I love it. What's going on, Spirit, as it pertains to the energy for this weekend? So we have out the Pilgrim. And what this feels like to me is like it automatically makes me feel like the energy of like travel. Um or movement, or like they're saying migration. Let's see what's on the bottom. Yeah, the crone. Bottom of the deck we have the crone, which is, it is a feminine archetype. It goes mother, maiden, and then crone. And what I'm feeling off of that is like almost like a lot of wisdom. I feel like it almost makes me feel like this pilgrim energy is energy that could be coming towards you. Like to, I don't know what it is that you do, but it feels like there's energy coming towards you, and it's like almost coming like in a way that like maybe they're coming to see you do what it is that you do, or maybe they're coming to ask you for your advice, or you could even just be given, your wisdom, or sharing, your wisdom and even your life experience with others. And I'm hearing The Way You Move by Outkast. Like, whatever it is that you do, it's like the way that you do it, it's like no one does it. How can I say this? No one does it like you. Mm. What's going on? Can I get another one for the collective as it pertains to the energy for this weekend? Too many. I'm gonna just get one spirit. Ooh. I'm hearing one of a kind, one of a kind. And then we have the empty room. Mm. And although, like, the empty room, like, the way that I'm feeling it is almost like, you know, there's a void. There's like, it's almost giving me the energy of like something missing. I still don't feel like this is your energy, but you know, only you know your story. And I want to like let y'all know when I say that, it's because like normally whoever is watching it, you know, that's who I'm talking to. I feel like you feel like you're like, okay, thank you, Spirit. It's almost like your energy and aura and your presence, they're saying your presence can fill an empty room. Like, how can I explain this? Because I'm feeling it in like two different ways, and they're showing me like, you know, someone that's walking into a party. And I don't know if this has happened to you, but I know it has happened to me multiple times. Where like you could walk into it, and it doesn't even have to be a party. It could just be an empty room, or seemingly so, or just like. But anyway, it's almost like what they're showing me is like someone walking into a room and just like able to like their energy. I don't know how else to explain it. Their energy, their aura, like they were giving me the presence of you is able to like almost like clear out a room. But I know like when I've walked into rooms, like I've even heard like you know, I'll hear like people gasp, or like everybody turns around, because it's almost like they can feel you before you have arrived. Like your energy precedes you in a way. So it's like, you know, you're felt before you even get there. And it's almost like for some of you, if you're resonating as this energy, you're able to like take like just I mean, I know it says the empty room, but it's almost like a room where, you know, everybody is just like on the same vibe, doing the same thing, and you're able to come in there and almost like dissipate the vibe. Yeah. And like and mold it. Yeah, with the sustainer at the bottom. Yeah. And it's almost like with this pilgrim energy, it almost feels like the pilgrim energy is in this space. Whoever is resonating as the pilgrim energy, or whoever may be the pilgrim energy for you, whether it's one person or multiple people, it's almost like they're in this empty room. And it's almost like I say, you just come in and like, even with the seed, like, thank you, Spirit, I love it. And then, shut up. We have the healer up under that as well. It's almost like you emit like a frequency that's able to like clear out the like I want to say like the dirtiness or the nastiness or just the negative energy, the negative vibe. Like it's like it almost creates a ripple effect. We have the healer, and then we have the mystic. I love it. So let's see what the what's it cards have to say. I'm gonna try my best to shuffle them. It's only like, I don't even know, maybe 20 cards, if that. So let me just get a nice little mix on them. What's going on, Spirit? I just like to clear the energy, especially in things that I haven't used in a long time. But let's see. Oh, yeah. So bottom of the deck we have white, and I've associated the colors in this to like basically represent like the chakras. But this makes me feel like the energy of with white at the bottom, like a very pure energy. And then they're saying lively with the yellow. Yeah, even that makes me feel like the sun card, like yeah, it's almost like with you being in this energy up under that, we have cold and we have messy. It's almost like, yeah, you're able to like clear up or clean out like what's not needed. Like it's almost like you put a stop to this messy energy, like like for some of you, you almost like it's almost like you have what do they call it, shock value. And it could be like, especially with the blue showing up here, like the way you say things or the way that you express yourself. Blue is normally associated with the throat chakra, as well as yellow. Yellow is the solar plexus chakra, but that's how we, also express ourselves, how we, take action as well. And it almost feels like up under blue we have crunchy. And then we have big. Like, yeah, your energy is big. Like for some of you, your energy and just your aura can be so like so massive, or just so powerful within itself. Like it almost like can cause others, especially with this hot and short card, like it can cause people to like have, they're saying their initial reaction to you may like, again, like catch people off guard. Some people may like literally like run from you or feel like they have to get away from you. But it almost feels like it's almost like you can't be around people that aren't able to, sustain or, maintain the same level of energy that you're on. Like it's almost like I'm feeling like almost like the energy of panic with this hot card. And not to say that you make people panic, but it's almost like because they're showing me like someone, you know how like a guy would like pull his tie down because he's getting a little bit too hot around the neck. And it could be like the attraction you make people feel too. Like some people can be attracted to that. So can I get one for this pilgrim, please, Spirit? Yeah, it's almost like with bouncy coming out. It's almost like whoever is in this energy, like they have a hard time, like, or they may struggle with like being still. Yeah. For some of them, and especially with the square, like we got a lot of square energy going on right now with that fixed energy. The Taurus, the Scorpio, and the Aquarius. Yeah, and it's almost like some like people could be learning through, interacting with you how to like calm down a little bit. We have the square and the soft energy here. Can I get one more for the pilgrim? Yeah, we have the diamond coming out. And it almost makes me feel like, we seen that square. Now we see the diamond, which is a diamond like that's turned. Or the square that is turned like yeah, like whoever's in this pilgrim energy learning how to like, I feel like saying sit down. Or like calm down, like it's like relax a little bit. Because they can like, this could be an energy that's just very, especially with slippery and squiggly. Oh, and I was about to say that messy card. Like, I don't know, it almost feels like for some of you, like you could be being looked at as a teacher. Because I feel like this is that teacher vibe where like she may like, dealing with like an out of control classroom. Can I get one for this empty room? The empty room. Yeah. See, and this energy is confirming like the white, it can like clear it up. Yep. I know I'm not bugging y'all. We have the big, like your energy is like very, very big. Like and oh, okay. Thank you, Spirit. Because even with the short card, they're saying student teacher vibes. Now, whether you're an actual teacher or a student, I don't. But it's just that energy. Can I get one more for this empty room? The empty room. Then we'll go into the tarot. The empty room. Yep. Again, like you're able to bring it all together. I feel like I don't know if there's teachers watching this. Then we have green, which represents the heart chakra. So yeah, like whatever you do, it comes like it's done with like pure intention and love. For some of you, what you're doing is like whatever you do, you're doing it from your heart. But it almost makes me feel like saying like, yeah, you're able to like reel them kids in, and I'm not calling people kids, but that's just the energy of it. Like them out of control kids, you're able to get them in line. Like that's what it feels like. Like I feel like the teacher does say, all right, y'all, everybody come sit down. It's story circle time. Yo, pardon me, because I don't know why it's coming out like this, but it's real shit. Like we all went through it if you went to school. And maybe you were that kid that wasn't out of control. Like, and you know what? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Because this just made me think of a teacher that I had. I think I was maybe in 8th grade an English teacher, and like he one day he had wrote my mom an email and was like, she helps me like I'm just being brought back to something that he said in the email. He was like, she's not a problem child. I'm just writing you to let you know, like, the type of student that, the type, like, I just had, like, I don't know why. He just felt compelled to send my mom an email one day and was just like, don't worry. She's not in trouble. She didn't do anything wrong. She's normally, like, one of the kids that can help me, settle the other kids. And for some of you, you could have, went through that, or if you're an actual teacher, you could have a student like that. But that's what is making me shout out to Mr. Orsini. Word. And rest in peace to him. Let me see something. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, so I did find it because I shared it a while ago. So it's coming up for a reason. Um, so I feel like sharing it with y'all. And it says, hi, I'm John Orsini, Jasmine's English teacher. I have no complaints with your daughter. She is a perfect lady in my classroom, and overall, I feel that she does her very best to succeed as a student. She is never out of line, though she is in a class where several people are sometimes out of line. He said, she is a kid, so she will be talking when others are talking when I come into the room from hall supervision, which is natural. But she is among the first to settle in for class and will always be one of the kids to, he quote unquote, help me settle the rest of the classroom, for it appears that she doesn't like disorder. I would be proud to claim her as my daughter. Please feel free to share this message with her. I can't directly say much of this to her in this day and age for fear of sounding wrong, like I'm coming on to her. And then he just, goes on to tell my mom about my grades. Um, and he's telling her that I was behind on a book report deadline, and he may have forgotten why he said, that I would lose a few points on it unless there's a problem I've forgotten or that she hasn't shared with me, but I really won't be too hard on her about it, for I have the deepest trust in her overall integrity. He says, I must, for her manner, command respect. See above and know that she is ordinarily on time with everything. She said, I wish you, he said again, I wish you would share this message with her. I like her very much, respect her even more, and depend upon her to help me keep her class settled and focused. And not for nothing, like, again, shout out to Mr. Orsini, because when I was in 8th grade, he was an older man. Um, that was my teacher. But it's like, I don't know, like I said, this could be your energy, this could be how you're being looked at, but it almost feels like in you doing and being and whatever it is that you do, or how you are, it's almost like I almost am feeling like the energy of like being a wrangler. for some of you. But yeah, like and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, because like the way that I see it, like whether you're teaching somebody or whether you're learning for somebody, it's like a win on both sides. It's a win on both sides. Can I get one more? Let's have one more. Let's see what messages of guidance, healing, truth, love, wisdom, acceptance, understanding, as well as protection as it pertains to this energy for the collective for this weekend. So, ooh, bottom of the deck we have the Ace of Swords, which could, be truth, clarity. It could also be communication. Ooh, up under that we have the Ace of Coins, and then we have the High Priestess. Yeah, like not for nothing for some of you with the Five of Coins. I don't know if someone, could be wanting to like, pay you for your services. For some of you, what I'm hearing with the Ace of Swords is like you speak truth. You could, resonate as a high priestess, especially if you, resonate as a healer or a mystic or whatever the case may be. But it's almost like for some of you, you're literally helping people that are in or could be in this Five of Coins energy. Some of you, especially with this Queen of Cups energy, you could meditate a lot. But with the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Coins, like again, this is that energy of a sustainer. Like the Queen of Coins is definitely that energy. So I can feel it like as if like you physically you may show up as a very wise feminine energy. But you're emotionally you're very soft, and I almost feel like gentle and like pure, like heart centered. These two cards are both of these energies right here. But this Five of Coins could be, people looking, searching for guidance. I feel like you're being given this Ace of Pentacles. But I also feel like I can't front with this High Priestess energy, like, and you could look at her and see, like, I feel like there's an air of like intimidation that, is like people, they may even put it on you, like, and you may just look intimidating, but you're really not. You're just, they're saying stern. But let's see, can I get one for the Pilgrim, this bouncy, and the Diamond energy? The Pilgrim. Yeah, we have the Lovers. And I'm not even feeling that like in the traditional way. But it's almost like, yeah, like for some of you, it's almost like the energy of the lovers. It could be a card of decision, but it can also be a card of alignment. And like I said, I felt the energy of like bringing something together. We have the Three of Pentacles. It's almost like you're able to like, because I feel like doing this. Like, you know how people do this? Like, there's like an unspoken like understanding, or like you're able to, it feels like it's unspoken. The lovers can be a very spiritual card. Yeah. So if this is like another person for some of you, or just other outside energies, it's almost like you're able to like unite them with them with a part of themselves, or show them how it works together with the Three of Pentacles. Can I get another one for the Pilgrim? Ooh, we have the Knight of Cups coming out. Now, for some of you, this could just be one person who has like, even for some of you, I'm feeling like, especially with the Knight of Cups, who has, like reigned, or like I said, the energy. I don't know why they keep saying like a wrangler. Has calmed their energy down. I feel like, and like I said with that Pilgrim, I feel like the energy of travel, the Knight of Cups, approaches. So this could be some, like I said, one person or multiple people who are ready to like open up and be vulnerable to, relating or connecting with you in a one-on-one basis. Bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor. So it's definitely a masculine energy in this Pilgrim energy. It's almost like remember we seen that square, but now it's a diamond. It's almost like they went through a transformation where like this bounty energy, they could have gotten rid of it because there could have been like some type of recognition, and now they're ready to come forward. They could also be the ones, especially with the Emperor here holding that sword, that has gotten the clarity and is wanting to present you with that Ace of Pentacles. Because what I'm hearing with the Page of Wands and the Three of Pentacles, like this person, there's almost like excitement behind, wanting to build or work or collaborate with you. Like I'm hearing team player. Can I get one for this empty room? White and circle. They could have went through like a clearing energy as well. We have the Six of Swords coming out, which is also indicative of travel. Bottom of the deck, we have the King of Coins. So if this is a masculine energy that could be possibly coming towards you, you may have to, for some of you, like physically or, and or literally, you may have to clear out a room. I don't know, like, or I feel like there's space for this person. They're saying make space. Yeah, you may have to clear something out, because it feels like if this is a masculine energy, it feels like this King of Pentacles is something that energy is something that they're leaving behind. And it's not to say that that's a bad thing, but it's almost like, the King of Pentacles can be very cold and almost like emotionally detached and very like, sometimes, they see him as like, someone who could be very materialistic, although, he can, you know manage the 10 of Pentacles. If it's not, utilized healthily, it can come off as, almost like arrogant and stubborn, and someone who's not, or unwilling to budge. Can I get another one for this empty room with the white and the circle card? Yeah, we have the Two of Swords. And then the bottom of the deck is the Four of Cups. Yeah, because it almost feels like this person could even feel like, they could even feel like they're in this empty room where, they feel like shut out from you. And it's almost like if you're, resonating as a feminine energy, it's almost like, with the Four of Cups, you see how he's trying to hand her that cup and she's not really interested. This person may fear rejection, or, however it goes, you could have rejected them and they could have rejected you. But it almost feels like with the Devil and then the Four of Coins, like I almost feel like you like, how can I see this? For some of you, you can see like if this is an energy coming towards you, or at least you feel or may feel like this person likes to, have control or wants control, or the other or, like the upper hand energy. So it's almost like, nah, like I almost feel like saying, like, even though this is this is petty, but they said you can't sit with us. They could feel like that. And for some of them, the reason why you may have rejected them is because they were in this energy, this Devil and this Four of Pentacles energy, like stubborn, unwilling to budge. They could have just, wanted, some type of control factor. But I almost feel like even with that Emperor showing up, like this masculine is almost like relinquishing that need for control and almost stepping into an energy of vulnerability with the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups. Let's see, can I get one for the Lovers and the Knight of Cups? Ooh. The Lovers and the Knight of Cups. Yeah, see? Yeah, the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, because they could have been coming from a place of, again, feeling left out. The Five of Coins could be a lack of, I don't know. It's almost like they could have even lacked care. This person could have even, like, for some of you, not all of you, decided to leave. If there was like a significant or like spiritual connection that you all had, they could have, left it and like went on a, like they're saying, a pilgrimage. Um But for some of you, I would just be careful. I would use your gift of discernment, because the way that I'm feeling, like this diamond, the Knight of Cups, and the Five of Coins, it's almost like this person could be coming back around. Like they may, show up as a Knight of Cups, which, like I said, it isn't bad, but it can. There's two sides to every coin. Where they're not coming fully vulnerable, they're coming and giving just enough to like get, almost, because we have the Five of Coins and the Queen of Cups at the bottom, but it's almost like I don't think that you're in that energy to, give to this person. Not saying that you don't have anything to give, but I just feel like you're not gonna I almost feel like your focus emotionally is elsewhere. But I'm not saying that like not to help this person. That's all on you. But it's almost like I can feel the energy of like, I don't know if I can trust it. We have the Eight of Wands. For some of you, this could be, someone that either they looked at you as like, quote unquote, like a come up in the past, or they could be looking at you like that now because they're, feeling some lack, and it's almost like the energy of trying to get ahead. For some of you, not all of you, but for others of you, with the Nine of Pentacles and the Emperor, it's almost like they see like you ain't like in that energy. Because the Nine of Pentacles, like, I feel like this person could be watching you as someone who they, look at as like very, successful. Someone who is, very confident, self-sufficient. I don't know how I feel about that. Give me one more. Or this could even be communication. They could be, coming and or, reaching out and telling you like, hey, I'm, for lack of better words, like, I'm not in a good place right now. Can I get one more to go with this Five of Coins, Eight of Cups, Eight of Wands? Okay, well, like I always tell y'all, use y'all discernment, because whatever this person is speaking, or if they're, communicating with you, or deciding to, actually physically travel to you, it's because they, they have some truth to speak. So it's not all bad. With the Ace of Swords, they're whatever they're saying or whatever they're bringing, it's the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Coins, which could be like, hey, I would like, can we, like, I feel like someone's gonna like saying, can we start over? But it's almost like they had to go on, like, they had to go off on their, like, and go through whatever they went through. It almost feels like it was necessary because they were carrying too much. As the King of Wands, the King of Spears with the Ten of Wands. They had, like, this person could have had a lot of baggage. Can I get one to go with the Six of Swords, Two of Swords? In between is the Four. Yeah, see, I feel like, yeah, this energy could be, either physically coming towards you or, reaching out to you in some way. We have the Emperor again, and there goes that sword. Yeah, like one, like, it almost makes me feel like for some of you, how can I say this? Like, because what something that I've always, felt for me personally is like you have to teach people how to treat you. And I don't know if this person, maybe they thought, shit was a game, or that, they could just treat you any old kind of way. And for some of you, oh my God, my guys are so funny because they're saying you excommunicado, like John Wick, you excommunicado, done. Like, and they're realizing like, no, you can't just treat people any old kind of way and think that, shit is just gonna be sweet for you. Because this makes me feel like with the Emperor, the Page of Swords, they're excited. Like they have and this could even be the energy of the person, like that giddy energy, but it's very childlike and very playful, showing up as the Page of Wands, where someone with the Temperance card is wanting to balance something out. It's almost like they could have even recognized the significance of the connection in a spiritual way with Temperance, and wanting to, bring it down into the physical with the Lovers. But it feels like after some sort of betrayal or hitting like rock bottom, or even them being betrayed, because then we have the Justice card. Because that almost makes me feel like the energy of wanting to make things right. Can I get another one for this Six of Swords, Two of Swords? And there's between the 6 and the 2 is the 4, which, represents healing. Represents taking that time out. And for some of you, if you're resonating as a feminine, that's what you could have, they're saying had to. For some of you, that's what you had to do. You had to separate yourself from this person. Yeah. Because it's almost like with the 7 of Swords and the 2 of Swords, you don't have time for manipulation, the mind games. Yeah, the stress, the worry, and some of them could even be feeling this 2 of Swords energy, like I said, feeling, cut off, but it was because of their own actions as the 7 of Swords. Like you're not paying it any mind, you're not giving it any attention with that 9 of Pentacles, and they are in this energy. It's almost like they can't stop thinking about the past with the 9 of Swords and the 6 of Cups. And almost like now seeing how they could have invested, in this in a better way. Can I get one more? And then we'll grab the guidance and advice. Oh, the guidance and advice. Yeah, we have the Queen of Coins coming out. With the 4 of Wands. I feel like this energy is it's like mistaken. Like I feel like the energy of being mistaken. Like because like, how can I say this? For some of you, you may, not be an older woman. But like I said, with the Queen of Coins, I feel like older woman wisdom, where they could have looked at you like you weren't like who you was. Like there's no way someone that looks like that could carry this wisdom. And it's almost like they self-sabotaged with the 7 of Swords. Because you know how they used to say all that in a bag of chips. My guys are saying all that and then some. For some of you, you were that and more. And either they didn't want to believe it, they didn't want to see it. It's almost like they had mistaken like what your foundation was actually built on. It was actually built on, something real, something solid. It's almost like for some of them, they didn't think it was real. They, like, again, I'm feeling that energy of like they didn't want to believe it. Go with the Six of Coins and the Fool. It's like, yeah, this person could be feeling very foolish because they could have been trying to, shortchange you or not really invest or give or be reciprocal in this situation with you. And now so everybody plays the fool sometimes. I'll get one more. Can I get one more? Yeah, it's almost like they didn't give it enough time with the Knight of Pentacles coming out. Some of them felt like they really didn't have much to offer, whatever the case may be, because of this, like how you showed up as, like a star, the star energy. But it wasn't like the way I feel is like you're not even, because you see how like this is Sansa and she's in the tower, but it feels like, it wasn't even like you were like loud or, almost proud about, or, you showed up like in a haughty spirit. You didn't have that. So I don't know what would have given this person that idea. For some of them, like I'm getting like they could have dealt with feminine energies that, regardless of whatever the caliber, friends, past romantic people, a family member, for some of them, a mother that, had it to give and didn't. So it was almost like they had the perception that all females or, all feminine energy was like this. So it's almost like they judged you. But it's like you did the work. You put in the work with the Ace of Pentacles. And it's almost like they seen it. Like, so it wasn't like it wasn't real. It wasn't like they didn't see you doing, like putting the pedal to the metal with the Eight of Coins here. But they just expected, look, we have the Three of Wands and the Death card. Yeah, they expected you to be like, or the situation to just not pan out. Where's my book at? It's not pulling out long. Hold on, y'all. Let me grab it. So, I'm going to read these. Let me grab the guidance and advice first. Can I have the guidance and advice as it pertains to the collective and the energy and spread? For this weekend, what's the guidance and advice? Alright, let's see. So what is this? Let me just find the key, because the Pilgrim is one of the selves. The empty room is a place. So the Pilgrim is 101. Okay. So it says, The pilgrim, the wanderer, the traveler, the apprentice. For the pilgrim, an outward journey is always an inward journey. This archetypal wanderer seeks wisdom, experience, and meaning in the farthest reaches of the globe and the deepest regions of the spirit. Others will wander when the pilgrim will settle down and claim a more conventional life. But the pilgrim knows that the heart belongs in motion. Where there is motion, there is freedom, expansion, and growth. Responsibilities, social conventions, and logistics lull us to sleep. And soon, the pilgrim becomes veiled in the slumber of the day to day. Yet, when this archetype awakens, it rallies our sense of adventure and leads us out the door towards a new reality. With the pilgrim at your side, you will never lack courage, nor do you need every amenity. Travel light, travel soon. Your spirit needs it. And it says, when it's in light, it learns, grows, adapts, and studies. When in dark, it says aloof, non-committal, and flaky. Huh. And let's see, the empty room. So we have the empty room, and that says the vortex, the abyss, the nothing. The empty room haunts us all. It is the universal and all too frequent feeling of lack, of wanting, of the craving to fill ourselves with something, anything. We too often attempt to remedy the discomfort of the empty room by any means necessary, leading us to a culture of more. Ironically, the empty room is filled to the brim with potential, yet we perceive it as not enough. This card is a cry for patience, for sitting within the barren walls of not knowing, for awaiting true vision and purpose, for attaching to what we should do next to save our outward appearance. Be the nothingness, be with the impatience. The empty room has immense power. Let others wonder what you are doing. If you can settle into the magic of emptiness, you will soon hear its whispers of wisdom. When in light is spaciousness, potential, and possibility. When in dark is addiction, insatiability, and more for more's sake. Yes. And see, like, this is what I'm saying, like, because I'm hearing that. How do you do that? Like, for some of you, if you're a feminine energy, you're able to sit with yourself. And it's almost like, I don't know who this person may be for you. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could just, it could be a friend, a family member, associate, whatever the case may be. But it's almost like you're showing them what can be gained from, being in, because in order for you to be in the energy that you're in as the feminine, I feel that you've experienced this empty room. So it's almost like, again, it's giving me that teacher student vibe. You've either showed this person through the experience, because for some of you it's almost like, I don't know, like how it could have went for you, or whatever the case may be. But it's almost like, how like sometimes, like, if you, like, for instance, break up with somebody, and the person that automatically gets into the new relationship, like, that shows you, like, they wasn't even trying to do no healing. They were just, trying to get in where they fit in. But the person that doesn't, the person that actually takes the time to heal, like, no, I'm not in a rush to move on. Let me work on me. Let me get myself together. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. And it's almost like, because some people can't sit in this empty room, just like the book said, they're unable, to sit with themselves. And it's almost like, for some of you, you could have told this person, you may tell this person, like, be by yourself for a minute. Get you together first. Because honestly, I ain't got time, because you don't have yourself together. It can cause you know, people to look at you if you're a feminine energy or resonating as a feminine energy as if like they're like something is missing from you, or like what is wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with me, but I don't need, I don't like, it's almost like you don't have a void to fill. Like you're good. So let's see what the guidance and advice is. Ooh, we have the medallion. Like I feel so much off of that. It feels similar to the Ace of Pentacles, but it also feels like how can I say this? Like acquiring like some type of knowledge or wisdom. That's what it feels like to me. Like sit down to be able to, like it almost feels like the guidance and advice is like allow yourself to receive. Like I feel like saying like learn, like the practice, like be patient is what I want to say. So the medallion says the amulet, the talisman, the heirloom. The passing on of sacred objects is an ancient ritual within families, between lovers, and in tribes across the globes. We gift jewels, treasures, keepsakes, and mementos of all kinds. Some of great material value, others that hold emotional resonance, and still others with both. Yet, when these gifts are bestowed upon us, it is important to recognize that they may bind us to an unspoken agreement or promise. When the medallion card appears, be aware of how the objects you hold dear may be embedded with unconscious energy or expectations. Materials hold consciousness, and it's time to reconcile the vibration of the objects around you. What do you covet and collect? Why? Is there an object you have held on to for years that you are ready to release? Perhaps it's time to reach for that medallion that aligns with your deepest values. When in light, it's upholding to tradition, protecting, and honoring. And when in dark, it's a burdensome and inheritance and habituation. And what that makes me feel like is like, I feel the energy, like for some of you, like if this is someone that you know could be coming in and possibly trying to give you something, like I can even see it here, but we've seen it in that Four of Cups where like you're just not interested, because just like the book says, some things can come with like like you're not aware of the intention behind, you know, who's giving you something. So some of you need to use your discernment. Like if this person shows up with a gift or, you know, whatever it is, money, whatever they give you, like I would use my discernment, right? Because I do feel like the air of caution, because maybe they can show up with something, but, you know, I would want to hope that, you know, whoever is in this energy knows not, like, we don't play them games. But it's not to say that people won't try it. But for others of you, it's almost like this person, like I feel like there's a sharing or a passing down of, you know, some type of knowledge or wisdom, that it almost feels like the masculine energy needs to be able, like they need to receive it. But, you know, like I said, there's two sides to every coin. So you have to know like where you're at in your situation really for this, because I felt that energy before. Like this could be an energy that's, you know, a taker that could be trying to take from you, but under the guise like they're, you know, coming in with something. But, you know, it's like some people only give to get. Can I get one for this medallion, please? Or, you know, it could have been, you know, how it went in the past with you all, but when it's the guidance or advice, just, you know, use your discernment. Can I get one for the medallion, please? Too many. The medallion. Yeah. And I'm even feeling this both ways. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Page of Cups. For some of you, it could be, you know, just as simple as, you know, someone has, you know, really come to the realization like they need to really give you an apology. But others of you, it could also be the energy of like someone that's just looking to get ahead for their own selfish gain. But either way, like I said, as a feminine energy, nah, we ain't playing that shit. There was the Queen of Swords. Like, you wouldn't, like, no. Your discernment is on 10. I'll give you that if you're resonating as the feminine energy. Like, you can see it all. So, with the Sun and the Tower. You'll know if this person is on some bullshit, is basically what this is saying. With the Queen of Swords, the Sun, and the Tower. But for others of you, it's almost like I said, they could be coming in, you know, with pure intentions with the Page of Cups. You like really are like, it almost feels like for some of them, they could look at you as like a dream come true, because it's almost like you being in this Queen of Swords energy is attractive. And they could be like very like excited to see you, or, you know, to connect with you. Like, you rile this person's energy. Like, you get their, I hate to even say it like this, but yeah, that solar plexus chakra is spinning. Like, it's like they can't contain it anymore. And if this was someone that was trying to contain it, they can't do it anymore. Yep, they're ready to like become unstuck. Like, they need to get this energy out with the World, which speaks of endings and new beginnings. We have the Hangman, and then we have the Empress. And we've already seen the Emperor. So there we have it. That's the weekend vibe. I definitely hope that it resonated for some of you. If not, it just wasn't your story, and that's fine. For others of you, you know, if it resonated and it's yours, take it. As always, I thank you all for tuning in with me. I hope everyone enjoys their weekend. I hope everyone stays safe. And I will see y'all on the next one. All right? Later.